I'm Perry Riley from Riley Honey Farm, and we're going to install wax foundation in the wooden honeybee hive frames. Bees are perfectionists. They do precise work. It's very critical to them how it's done. And whenever you get a feral hive without any frames or anything, they'll put that comb, brood comb, straight, so many inches apart, and it'll be perfect. You can put a ruler on it and be straight, and they do this without any level, straight edge, tape measure, you name it, they do it. They just know how to do it. And it's very critical to their health that it's done right. If you don't do it right, then it's going to slow your hive up. And when bees put comb in, it's got to be straight. Okay? There's several kinds of, whenever you put foundation in, there's several kinds you can get. You get plastic, and you can get wax, 3 different kinds, 5.1, 5.4, and 4.9 millimeters. And we'll talk about the plastic. The plastic you put in there, and you can take hot wax and it'll stick right to it. But bees don't work with hot wax. They work with cold wax. Now, whatever I found out that it takes them way longer to fill out a plastic foundation than it does a wax foundation. And that sets them back. In my experiments, that's what I found out. No, don't use plastic. Use wax instead. That's a no-no. Now, when you install a foundation in there, it's got to be straight. They want to be straight. They can't work with a wavy thing. So they have what they call crimped foundation, crimped wire foundation. You got a wire in here. Okay, it's fastened solid to a cleat up here, and it hangs down. Well, if that wire gets bent, which is usually, it's got a kink in it. There's no way to get it out. Even if you run wires in there horizontally, it won't straighten it out. The only way to straighten it out is pull on that wire. Well, they don't pull on that wire. So crimped wire is out. Forget it. It's just not efficient. So why the 5.4, 5.1, and 4.9? Well, somebody in 1940s got the idea that you put bigger cells in there. They'll have bigger bees, you get more honey. Nothing to that. What it does is, the 5.4 and 5.1 is a bigger cell size, and you're inviting mites. You're going to have a mite problem. So if you want to get one of the best things you can do is natural way to get rid of mites is use 4.9. That's the most natural way to get rid of it, and that's what they prefer. They've done this for years. They know what they're supposed to have. So you get 4.9 plain sheets, just like this. No wire in or anything. Okay, to install that, you got to put wires in here. So they'll tell you to wire it horizontally. Well, so you wire it horizontally and the bees fill it out and it's full of brood. You tilt it over, look at it on a hot day. What happens to it? It sits a low span, this will fall down. The weight of it make it go down. So if you got a hive here and a hive here, and caves in, if the bows tell one another, you won't have the right bee space. And you got to have the right bee space, and it's harder for them to build on a crooked surface. They got to have a straight surface. So the best way is to wire it vertically. And there ain't enough slack in there, it won't bow. Now, you've stringed 6 wires across the top. You start out with one inch from the end, and you drill holes every 3 inches, and when you get done, you got an inch on this end down here. So you got to drill these holes in here. And same way at the bottom, you drill holes in there. And now, you don't, over in Germany, they run a saw down through here, that hides the wire. Well, the advantage of that ain't nothing to do with the bees. It's when you clean this frame off later on, you won't get into the wire. But it's not necessary for the bees. It has nothing to do for the bees. It's just for your convenience. So you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Now then, to start out with, you got to run a nail right here a little short nail, about an inch on the inside of the frame. Now, this seems like it will work, but what I'm trying to do for you is make you a professional. I don't want to make you, just half that. I want you to be a professional. To be a professional, you got to do everything right, including installing the foundation. So it's real critical to the health of the bees and how successful you are in beekeeping. So you string that in there. Now then, you got a string of wire, start right here and go this way until you get over the end to this other wire. And I found out there's two kinds of wire. There's the kind they sell here is tinted steel. And believe me, you can't work with it. I don't care how hard you work, you'll never get a professional job. It won't bend. What you got to use is stainless steel wire. And that's just so much easier to work with. And then I found out it's I got a light out up there. It's a little hard for me to see it. I ain't got time, haven't had time to fix it. It's an old fluorescent light. I want to take it down and put an LED in. But anyhow, then you can't do this with the tin wire. You can't string a needle in there. And then this needle helps you a lot. You just go in this hole here. And out this hole with it. And just keep stringing right down through here. Then when you get through the end, you wrap it around the wire. You wrap it 2 or 3 rounds around this nail head that you just tacked in there. And you drive it down, and that'll secure it so the wire won't come out. Then you cut the end off and pin that down. Then you get all of them tight down here in the end, and then you wrap it around 2 or 3 rounds around there. You tack that down. Now then, you say this is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. But stainless steel wire will last a lifetime in this frame. You can use this frame for several years. Otherwise, you're going to have to replace the wire every time you do it. So actually, down the road, this is cheaper. And it's more precise what the bees want. So there you got it in there. Now, we got to install the wax. And usually you got to cut this down to size because this is a new system and no one's ever catered to it. But in time when people change over, there'll be a big demand for it. And you just lay this down on here. Now, if you use an embedder tool, you put the wire on top, and you run this tool down along there, and you can embed it cold. It's a little harder to do, but you can do it. You've got just a few frames. But I do it. I sell these, and I can't keep up. Ain't no way to keep up with the demand. So we can't. I got one guy that does it, and you put this on top. Now I have a transformer here, change 120 volt electricity to 20 volts so it won't shock you. Whoops, I messed up. This has got to go. The nails have got to go up. Okay, when you do it with the transformer. And make sure you slide the wax up the top. You have a gap at the bottom. That's very important. And you make it so the ends equal on each side. Because they'll glue this wax to the sides and top, but you want to make sure they get a glue on top because the weight hangs from there. So you, now then, when you heat this wire up, you place this for a little foam. This is what they do exercises on the floor I cut. And you place that right down and you press it until the wire cools. There's not much to it. So it takes a little while. This wire heats up more slowly than 10 iron, but it'll gradually get warm. I can see it, it'll turn brown on top when it gets warm. And you put this on there and we weight it down for a while. If you're going to do a lot of them, this is the way to do it. Now it's stuck on there. Okay, now then, this has current to it, and when you touch it together, you'll see it spark. See? So that runs current through there and heats that wire up. And this is the way most people do it. Now this is a lot of work, but this is good. Now when this, you should change your frames out every 4 or 5 years because they build up chemicals and sludge and the hole gets smaller. So you take this and you put this in an oven with a cookie sheet underneath of it, set it at 200 degrees, and it'll melt that wax right off of there, comb and all. Now you'll still see the comb in there and you think it ain't melted, but that's dirt inside of it. But the wax is gone. Now you also can put it in, I have a wax melter, and put it in the wax melter and do 10 or 12 at a time. Now it's a steam wax melter. And then when you get done, you just take and clean them wires up, stick another wax on there, don't take no time at all, and you're back in the business. Got a brand new one. Okay. When people ask me, did you get any winter cure? I say, no, my bees don't die. Well, mine don't. You get honey? I said, yeah, I get a lot of honey. And I explain that, and I don't buy bees or I don't buy queens. I let my bees, and I have a book out, Raising Bees Without Chemicals. And it's available on eBay, and it's available on my website, and it'll tell you all this stuff. And then we also have movies on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah. Chemical Free Beekeeping. So you can look us up on the website, and I hope you become a professional. And remember, the bees are really precise and they want it done right. When you make your hive right, your bees will do better. So it's important you do precise work just like the bees.